According to reports, Nigerians are expressing outrage over the sacking of a police female corporal because she got pregnant out of wedlock. We know, based on their law, she was rightfully dismissed. But the question, therefore, is that is this law discriminatory? And if it is, why does this kind of law exist?
The law itself, it's an outdated law. It's been repealed and amended already.
Yes. That's September 2020.
Yes, 2020. So according to the new law, she has not committed any crime.
After reading the story, I also read the part where it says the law had been repealed as recently as September 2020, and that the police force was not aware. The police command in charge was not aware. Of course, rang a bell concerning many other things that police officers seem to be doing despite the new laws. And so it seems that the police needs more education. They need to be aware of the laws. They need to be aware of the Constitution and follow it. So they need better training concerning that. Secondly, of course, it is discriminatory, and I'm sure that's why it's been repealed. Because if you say for a woman not to be pregnant, for being pregnant out of wedlock, the man who impregnates her, if he's in the force, or a man who impregnates a woman and he's in the force, does he get the same sack as the woman?
We know the nature of their work. Okay. And the truth is, for some people, for the kind of pregnancies that I have, imagine, I know this law is not discriminatory. And,
Are you joking?
Against me. The kind of pregnancies I have, I can't be pregnant and practice civil law. I remember. Do you understand? So for some women, pregnancies are tough. For some women, it's a piece of cake. But we cannot generalize this law and say that the law was made without consideration to everybody. Because they know what they might have to deal with. We know in some simple businesses where women are pregnant and they constantly slip through work. The nature of their work, there must be some kind of rationale for how they reached this decision. And we must not look at this. You shouldn't gloss over it. We shouldn't just gloss over it because we think something. She was a new recruit. She was still in the police college training at the time they found out she was pregnant. And and she had contravened the law based on that ground. I think we must consider that along with the kind of work she's taking.
What I get is that she was sacked because she was pregnant out of wedlock, not because she was pregnant at all. So if you're pregnant and you're married, it's not a problem. Morally, of course, nobody is here preaching having babies out of wedlock. But the thing is, should it be the place of your employer to determine how you father your child?
That's exactly the question I want to discuss. Should your employer be the one to determine who fathers your child?
I think it's unfair for any employer to, relieve you of your duties, dismiss you of your duties because of how you chose to have your child. Now, if you get into the organization and you signed an agreement that I'm going to stay 2 years or 3 years before having a child, that's a different ball game altogether. If you had no agreement of such, it's not your employer's job to tell you the father must have put a ring on the finger. What has your personal life got to do with your productivity on the job? What's the connection? Are people coming to buy your product and asking you how many people have children outside wedlock in your organization? That will determine if I will pay for that product or not. See, the thing that is paining me is that I'm just realizing that there are people that are more equal than others, just like Animal Farm. There are people who would have been in that position in the police, depending on their position, and they get pregnant out of wedlock and they will not be sacked.
Yes, I said it earlier.
The commissioner of police will remove his eye like he did not see anything.
We had a former IG who was accused of, dating one of the secretaries in this country. And they kukuma wed. They were shouting. In this country, Google it. I wanted to give you the story. You didn't let me.
So my question is, do we do a law to protect a woman who has gotten pregnant out of wedlock because life happened to her, not because she intentionally went out there? There has to be a law to protect that woman.
And that's what the
to every general rule.
So are we saying that that person that impregnated her must marry her?
To every general rule, there are exceptions. Let's do a law that such women are not discriminated against because of their pregnancy, except productivity at work is affected, because you cannot use your condition to affect the business of another person.